Good evening, Belize. It's Wednesday and you're watching News 5. I'm Sabrina Daly. Tonight, we dig into hundreds of payments to MP Farms, small invoices that ballooned into big payouts, with red flags that voided transactions and repeated numbers. Financial Secretary Joseph Waite is asking, were these payments structured to dodge scrutiny? Police Commissioner Dr. Richard Rosado also weighs in, backing Julius Espat's leadership while facing tough questions over a reported contract linked to Oscar Mira's family. Plus, a new UNICEF survey reveals nearly two-thirds of Belize's children face abuse. And later, Belize's food heritage comes alive at a lively community cookout. These stories and more, News 5 starts now.
The Isabel Palma Polyclinic 2, located in San Antonio, Toledo, conducts outreach visits to some of the most remote communities in southern Belize at least twice a month.
Here in the Dolores Village, it's approximately 3 hours from San Antonio. As you all can see, it's a remote area. There's basically no electricity, no telecommunication services. Since it's very difficult for the people to reach to the clinic, we've decided to bring the clinic out here and provide different services. For example, today we are with the maternal child health. We also have a booth out here giving health educations and some games. We also have 3 doctors with us today doing general medical checkup. We have our nurses doing our triage. We also have pharmacy with us and also a lab. All that is being done here today is being covered by the Isabel Palma Smart Polyclinic 2 San Antonio NHI clinic.
This newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Welcome back. Follow the money. That's where this story starts. News 5 is digging deeper into hundreds of invoices paid to a single company, MP Farms, and a troubling pattern is beginning to emerge. What starts as small, routine payments quickly snowballs into large payouts, voided transactions, and repeating invoice numbers that point to possible irregularities. The business is tied to the sibling of Belmopan Area Representative Oscar Mira, drawing even more attention. So what's really going on behind these payments? News 5's Paul Lopez breaks down the paper trail and the questions it leaves behind.
A review of hundreds of invoices reveals a pattern, one that looks simple at first, but soon turns complex. In September 2024, early transactions to MP Farms follow a controlled arrangement, consistently staying below $10,000. The total, however, is just over $161,000. By October 2024, that steady pace remains unchanged. But again, all invoices were below $10,000. And then in December 2024, there is a shift. There are no repeated invoices below $10,000. Just a single payment of $152,834.28. In January 2025, the pattern of multiple invoices below $10,000 continued. Only this time, the payout is above $226,564.92. In that same month, one payout also stands out. Again, of $152,000 voided, yet on that same day, 2 new ones were paid for the exact same sums. The total payout for March amounted to over $154,000. April dipped slightly, but still the invoices remained below $10,000. But just weeks later, the system surged significantly, nearly $700,000 in payments across 2 different days. Through mid-2025, the payments remained high, steady, rapid disbursements month after month, dozens of invoices under $10,000. By September, payments reached their peak, more than $900,000 in a single month. At the same time, more invoices are being cancelled, with activity that raises further concern. 3 invoices with invoice number 1076, 2 cancelled and 1 paid. And as the year closed, the pace accelerated once again, with another major payment in December. Then a sudden drop. Payments fell sharply in January, signaling a possible reset. But the slowdown doesn't last. By February and March, high-value payments surged back, marking one of the most concentrated bursts on record. By this month, June, the numbers begin a steady decline. But this is not the full story, because 10 invoices are from the Office of the Prime Minister for grocery bags.
What is yet to explain? I think you're grasping at straws. I have no idea. The people at finance or the people in my office, they're the ones that do that. I don't think there was anything illegal that was done there.
And while all these invoices were above $10,000, here are the times those disbursements were made. August 2025, 10,350. September 2025, 10,400. November 2025, 10,350. December 2025, 2 payments of $10,350. January 2026, $31,050. March 2026, $12,425. April 2026, 3 separate payments of $11,250. What's the need for in your office for grocery bags, PM? What's the purpose
I think you need to ask the cabinet secretary. He's the one that looks after payments.
The numbers show where the money went, but now the real questions are, who signed off on it? And how did these patterns slip through unchecked? Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
A senior government official is sounding the alarm after News 5 uncovered millions of dollars in public funds paid out through a trail of smaller invoices. Financial Secretary Joseph Waith is now questioning whether those payments, many just under the usual scrutiny threshold, were deliberately structured to fly under the radar. With growing attention on transactions linked to relatives of Minister Oscar Mira, the pressure is building. So were these payments routine or something more? News 5's Paul Lopez breaks down Waith's concerns and what they could mean.
In my view, I think what happened is that either somebody dropped a ball, fell asleep, or worse, that they moved together on it.
Financial Secretary Joseph Waith spoke to the media on Tuesday in Domican, addressing tough questions sparked by News 5's investigation into hundreds of government payments to relatives of Minister Oscar Mira. He pointed to a key detail, a $10,000 threshold, where anything below it can be processed within a ministry, raising concerns about how those payments were handled.
Each ministry has what we call an accounting section, manned by clerks. You have second, first class, you have finance officers, okay, and usually a clerk would prepare what we call a smart stream invoice, a payment, and that is approved by a second person, and it goes through if it's below a certain threshold. In this case, the threshold is $10,000.
When an invoice exceeds $10,000, it requires further scrutiny from the Treasury Department. News 5 found that 97% of the invoices reviewed fell below $10,000 and were processed in batches on the same day.
If you see a whole lot of payments going through, it should have raised an alarm, should have raised an eyebrow. I think so. Right. But you can't split a payment into pieces, because imagine you get your money every month. Coming toward the end of the month, you're dry. You're waiting for next month's allocation. You only pay a little bit.
That's not what happened in this case, because in this case, those payments were made on that very same day where all those invoices under $10,000.
So what I was saying, that's another way, another possible explanation, but not in this case. This case is not cute.
Is it a practice employed to avoid going to that third step where you have to involve Treasury in the process? How
It is possible. It is possible. It looks as if there was some willful intention there to dodge on them. It looks to me. I'll wait to see what they audit said. But on the surface, it doesn't look correct.
It says the approach used in Mira Millions payments is new to him.
In the old days, you used to have spot checks. The Treasury used to send out to a sub-treasury to take a surprise surveys, and we need to do those again.
So, as FinSec Wait points out, the buck starts with the financial officer, who signs off on the invoices and makes the payments. What has become of that financial officer?
Well, we'll wait to see what the audit report to see if there's anything that is highly irregular, where they broke in, and then we take it from there. No? In the meantime, I understand he was on leave. I'm not sure.
Administrative leave.
Yeah, but that's only for a short period of time, and then I think voluntary leave, but I don't know.
As the audit moves forward, Wait says its findings will decide whether this points to a system failure or deliberate manipulation, and whether changes to the payment process are needed. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
A key figure in the growing payment controversy is now off the job. News 5 has confirmed that the financial officer who approved several questionable payments at the Ministry of Defense has been placed on administrative leave. Multiple well-placed sources say financial officer Salvador Alas is under investigation following his transfer from the Ministry of Defense and National Security to the Ministry of Sustainable Development. Now, as auditors begin to dig into the paper trail, the focus is shifting to his role and whether those approvals point to misconduct or something else entirely. Opposition leader Tracy Panton is urging public officers to stand their ground. In an interview with News 5, she's calling on government workers to resist political pressure and speak out against what she describes as corruption within the system. Panton is also commending those who've already come forward, despite the risks to their careers and personal lives. But her message is clear. Don't carry out orders you believe are unlawful, because when questionable deals come to the light, it's often public officers who face the fallout.
To the public officers who have risked their jobs, who have provided evidence of the kind of corruption and steroids that we see under the PUP, we thank you, we applaud you. You've done that without any protection. You've done that in terms of putting your jobs on the line. You've done so at great personal sacrifice. To the public officers who fear their jobs, who feel intimidated when their political superior or their work superior makes requests from them that they know flouts the law, we ask you, think about how you become personally liable for that level of corruption. Because we know it works, Shane. We know it works. The person who facilitates the request is the person that normally takes the hardest licks. A public officer will not act on his or her own instructions. They take instructions from their minister, they take instructions from their CEO, they take instructions from their administrative and financial officers. Recording clerks, financial clerks must take instructions from their FOs. And it is, I say to them, walk with caution. Remember, your first obligation is to the people of this country. It's not to some political hierarchy.
Former opposition leader Shine Barrow is accusing senior figures within the UDP of hypocrisy, arguing that allegations now being leveled against Oscar Mira are no different from controversies that have long surrounded members of the opposition. Today, Barrow took aim at current UDP leader Tracy Panton, as well as several senior party members, claiming they have failed to address allegations of corruption within their own ranks. He also referenced the controversial Bolido contract and raised questions about his father and brother, insisting that the party cannot present itself as a credible alternative government without first confronting accusations against its own members.
I don't hear any other stakeholders speaking out so that we know that we have an alternative government, because the critics in chief now, the Tracy Pantans and whomever else, they themselves were part and parcel of alleged corruption. Nothing to me was more flagrant and more deviant than the Bolido fiasco. That's $200 million that the then Prime Minister's son was a shareholder in two shell corporations and trusts. They did everything to disguise it, allegedly. But so what's the difference? She gave away the Bolido to hundreds of millions of dollars to the Prime Minister's son. She...
Who is also your brother?
Well, that has nothing to do with me, but I was not part and parcel of that. Certainly, I never benefited anything to do with those transactions, right? But, and that's why I could call it out. Then she speaks of Khalid, but Khalid is no different than Saldiva. I'm just saying, Khalid was on the plane with Lev Derman. We have the pictures of that. Khalid was in California with John Saldiva and Lev Derman. We have the picture of that. So if Saldiva is corrupt because of the tranches, what is Khalid? But hold on, the Belmopan City Council is investigating Khalid, is auditing him because they claim that millions of dollars are missing from the time he was there.
Also took aim at Patrick Faber, saying Panton's continued support of him and others in the UDP disqualifies her from commenting, that is, on corruption. Coming up, midday tragedy on the Hummingbird Highway leaves one person dead near Armenia Village.
In Dolores, there's no electricity or phone service, and the nearest satellite clinic is still more than an hour away. For many residents, access to healthcare is rare. Some women have even given birth in transit while trying to reach the closest facility. That's why the arrival of the Isabel Palma Polyclinic 2 team is so important.
In our village, we don't have no transportation. So we have to pay someone to take us. If there is no service today, some of our patients, they have to go in PG or in San Antonio. We just come to see some doctors. We thank them for their precious time they give us today. And we don't have to pay any cost.
These vital outreach missions are made possible through Belize's National Health Insurance, NHI program.
Hola, ¿qué tal mi gente de Belice? Les saluda Dembra La Factoría. Y es que quiero invitarlo este sábado 27 de junio del 2026 a celebrar el Día de San Pedro.
Money travels fast, so make sure you check it before you spend it. Here are 4 easy ways to know your money is real. Look, feel, tilt, and check. Look closely at your note by holding it to the light to see the watermark and the note value. Notice how the see-through image completes itself perfectly. Feel for authenticity. Run your fingers over the raised portrait and the bars on the edges. 1 bar for the $2 and up to 6 bars for the $100. Tilt the note to see the hidden value appear. Look for the moving images on the security thread and holographic shimmer on higher denominations. Check closely. Use UV light or a magnifying glass to find hidden images and microtext. Remember, handling counterfeit money is illegal. If you spot a fake, report it to the police immediately. Look, feel, tilt, and check. Know your money. Check it before you spend it. A message from the Central Bank of Belize.
The next station is not just a place, it's the vacation capital of the world. Mexican Caribbean, the vacation capital.
No one should be up at this time. If you're still up, it's not you, it's your mattress. Because the right mattress changes everything. Sherwood Bedding Luxury Resort Pillow Top Mattress. Sleep better, wake better. Available at Design Depot. All in one place.
The wait is over. KTV is back and bigger than ever. Get ready for the KTV The Remix Season 8 premiere audition show on Tuesday, June 30th at 8 p.m. Who will impress the judges? Who will earn a golden opportunity to move on to night 1? And who has what it takes to become Belize's next KTV superstar? From powerful vocals to unforgettable performances, the journey begins with the auditions. Don't miss the premiere of KTV The Remix Season 8, the audition show, Tuesday, June 30th at 8 p.m. One stage, one dream, one chance to call yourself the KTV champion. Only on Greater Belize Media.
Cabinet is moving quickly to contain the fallout from the Oscar Mira controversy, shuffling key ministries and trying to steady public confidence. With Mira now on administrative leave, Prime Minister John Briceño has tapped Julius Espat to step into home affairs, while Henry Charles Usher assumes responsibility for enterprise. The shakeup comes under mounting scrutiny over millions paid to MP Farms. Today, Police Commissioner Dr. Richard Rosado weighed in, voicing optimism that Espat could bring a fresh approach to policing, even as he fielded tough questions about whether the department awarded an air conditioning contract to a member of Mira's family.
Well, our meeting is scheduled for this afternoon, but I had a brief discussion with him, and I did bring a fresh perspective to policing. His perspective will be able to challenge our assumption and create better strategies for us within the police department. I gather that he supports a more balanced approach in policing, one that encompasses combining effective policing with targeted social intervention program. And I do support that initiative because it will be able to allow us to suppress crime today and prevent it from happening tomorrow.
Either way, though, you're not looking to really shake things up, right? Because it's only an interim post right now. And if it is that Minister Mira were to be removed, then they'd actually have to find a permanent minister.
I believe the leadership within the police department, whoever is the minister, we will work along with them. And I believe that they all bring a fresh perspective that will challenge our assumption in how we do policing.
Did Mr. Mira at any time instruct the police department to acquire AC servicing and installation services from his brother Cyrus or FT Williams?
I can say that at no time did the minister or anyone instructed the police department to purchase from any supplier.
Did the police department use FT Williams for its air conditioning repair, and is the contract for those services based on receiving multiple estimates from other service providers?
The way the police department is structured, we have the accounting officer, which is the CO. The CO then delegate authority to myself and my 4 deputies. My 4 deputies oversee the different units that fall under them. They have different suppliers. I do not know the specific suppliers that each one would engage, but we have a number of suppliers that have worked with the Belize Police Department.
Although Mira has been placed on leave, Prime Minister John Briceño firmly maintains that all proper procedures were followed for the MP grocery bags. Tonight, a dispute over digital privacy and police powers continues to take center stage. Former UDP Deputy Chairman Alberto August says authorities are trying to hack into his phones, devices seized during a May 30th search of his home. He insists the investigation is tied to his social media posts about Home Affairs Minister Oscar Mira, and says the seizure has disrupted his business and daily life. But Commissioner of Police Dr. Richard Rosado is rejecting those claims, maintaining that investigators are following strict legal procedures and that any access to digital evidence will only happen with a court-approved warrant. He adds that police believe an offense was committed and are confident the case will stand up in court.
I am confident that an offense was committed, and I'm confident that the police department will have a successful prosecution.
So is there any truth to the police department trying to get into or get access to the records on Mr. August's phone?
Please appreciate that there's certain protocol, certain procedures that the investigator must follow whenever they're investigating crimes that involve digital evidence.
So, but you all had access to his phones, correct? Is it that you could not get into them? Because what he is alleging is that you are using technology and to access his phone remotely.
We have one specialized unit within the police department that is in Belize City that have a license and operational celebrate that is used to extract and analyze digital evidence. However, before we access any devices, we must seek the warrant from the court. And that process is being applied for us to get the warrant in order for us the necessary extraction analysis to be done.
Commissioner Rosado also refuted all claims that Alberto August was released from police detention after an order was made from the Prime Minister. Tragedy struck on the Hummingbird Highway just before 1 p.m. today when a road traffic accident left one person motionless near Armenia Village in the Cayo district. The incident occurred along the stretch between Belmopan and Armenia. Images from the scene show the victim lying on the pavement as authorities and first responders rush to assist. At this time, officials have not released the identity of the individual or confirmed the circumstances surrounding the collision. But the accident has already raised alarm among residents who say the busy highway has seen an increase in serious crashes. Police are expected to provide more details as investigations continue. Belize's latest labor figures are telling a mixed story. More money in pockets for some, but less stability for others. The Statistical Institute of Belize says overall monthly income is up, driven by workers putting in more hours. But dig a little deeper and a different picture emerges. Underemployed Belizeans, those not getting enough work, are now earning over $400 less than they did at the start of 2025. It's a gap that raises fresh questions about job quality, not just job numbers.
The one that saw the biggest decrease was underemployment.
Was underemployment.
Yeah.
Okay, saw a decrease of how much?
Like around.
It decreased from $1,009 to $603.
Can it be explained what accounts for that decrease?
Mainly it was attributed because of the number of hours that the underemployed worked.
And then in terms of overall, there's an increase according to the summary. If we could go back to that, I think it's like $27. Average monthly income increased from April 2025 to April 2026, $27. How do we explain that increase?
It's mostly because of the formal employment that's had the increase. And we have one more hour worked overall.
We will have more for you from the SIB's findings in a subsequent newscast. Up next, inside Belize's child protection system, how it works and what it takes to keep it from collapsing.
In business, timing matters. Now, with Belize Bank's same-day settlement, transactions settled before 4 p.m. are deposited the very same night.
It's been a game changer for our cash flow. Waiting days to access our sales used to slow our business down. Now we could restock faster and pay our suppliers on time.
And with all the settlement, it's done for you every day. Same-day settlement from Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Rotavirus is a leading cause of severe watery diarrhea and vomiting in young children. It can lead to dangerous dehydration and hospital visits. The good news? The rotavirus vaccine is now available countrywide. It is given in drops at 2, 4, and 6 months of age. Protect your child. Visit your nearest health clinic today.
How can a precision-engineered and sustainably made tire change your world? A tire that gives you strength and safety when you need it most.
What we learn on the track, we innovate
for the road. Bringing next-level quality and reliability to every drive. At GT, we believe our tires can deeply improve the driving experience for each and every one of us, whatever our goals. Enjoy driving. GT Tire.
Prepare for the sweltering heat with a Rheem AC unit to keep you and your family cool and cozy. Get the recommended BTU for your bedroom or living room and enjoy complete comfort. You can also save some much-needed cash with an inverter unit, which provides superior energy efficiency. When the heat is on, stay cool with an affordable, dependable AC unit from Rheem. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Over the past 5 years, Digi has invested more than $17 million to revolutionize Belize's digital future. Our advanced 4G LTE network and expanded fiber infrastructure have empowered vital road arteries, connected the farthest valleys and fertile farmlands,
linked the bustling cities to the remote keys, and brought cutting-edge connectivity to schools, businesses, healthcare centers, and tourist destinations, fueling economic growth, enhancing education, and strengthening communities across the nation. By choosing Digi, you're leading Belize's digital transformation, bridging distances, opening opportunities, and empowering every corner of our beautiful country. Connect with Digi. Empower Belize.
We're ready for the road. We're ready for the road. So we're ready. We're ready. Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. Yeah, we're ready. 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 Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready.
The biggest football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarter-final winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
What happens when the place a child should feel safest becomes the place they're most at risk? In Belize, the answer is unsettling. New data from UNICEF's Mix 7 survey shows that nearly 2/3 of children experience some form of abuse, whether it's physical harm, emotional trauma, or neglect. But this story is about responsibility, not just about statistics. While Belize has a system designed to protect its youngest citizens, experts say real protection doesn't begin in courtrooms or government offices. It starts at home. And when that first line of defense breaks down, it's up to communities to step in and fill the gap. In this episode of 5 Point Breakdown, in partnership with UNICEF, News 5's Brittany Gordon looks beyond the numbers, examining how Belize's child protection system works and what it takes to keep it standing.
Every child should feel safe at home, but too often in Belize, that's not the reality. When that safety breaks down, a nationwide network steps in. Police, social workers, teachers, health workers, and the courts all play a role in protecting children and responding to abuse. But as UNICEF's Child Protection Officer Michelle Segura McGann points out, protection starts at home, with families as the first line of defense.
If there is no protection or protective mechanisms in the home, the next network or safeguard could be the community. So the community could offer spaces where children can come report cases where they have been abused, neglected, where they have experienced violence, and people in the community could refer. And it's important that they have the information that they need at hand, that they know the referral mechanism for child protection, which is why it's important for us to invest in campaigns like Blue Teddy Bear.
Protecting children is a shared responsibility. When community members turn a blind eye or decide that something just isn't their business, that's when children fall through the cracks. Shakira Sutherland, Executive Director at the National Commission for Families and Children, tells us more about this effort.
When a teacher who is a mandatory reporter will see some sign of abuse, how do they react? when it comes to medical professionals looking at how, if there is a concern, follow through with if there is an issue or a report to the police. And we want to ensure that we have the community at large to speak up when they see something. And so looking at that trend, looking at reporting, looking at how we need the general public and reiterating that it's not only one institution.
While everyone is working towards the same goal, each player brings a different role to the table. Social services such as the Ministry of Human Services provide ongoing care and support, while NGOs and community groups help fill gaps and reach vulnerable families.
The children are the future for Belize, and if you have a country that is not protecting your children, the next generation and the other generation, then you're going to be in problems. And so, like you mentioned earlier, it goes beyond the abuse component, but looking at their level of participation, their level of inclusion. The Children's Parliament is an eye-catching activity, and I really commend the NCFC for something to that effect, because what comes out of the Parliament, it's actually looked at and then placed into policy, government policy.
A strong system steps in before harm happens and moves fast when it does. At the Department of Human Services, Director Sean Vargas says that effort is powered by multiple units, each playing a key role in protecting Belize's children. The Community and Parent Empowerment Program focuses on prevention through early childhood education and parenting programs, while the Child Protection Unit handles abuse and neglect cases.
We have a system of social workers, a referral systems, whether it comes from the schools, from the police department, from hospitals, or from any person, and we do have mandatory reporters by law. And once a report is made, we pride ourselves with 100% of reports made to the department are investigated. Once a report is made, we have assigned social workers who are on the ground that go in to make follow-up on the investigation, make follow-up on the referrals, to ensure that what was reported is something that looks at the best interests of children, and how do we go about providing the needs of the family or the child.
UNICEF helps power Belize's child protection system by strengthening the structures that keep children safe and supported. The organization focuses on improving laws and legislation, training personnel, and ensuring systems are properly resourced and implemented. Sajid Ali, UNICEF representative, says it works to build a proactive framework that prevents harm before it occurs, rather than reacting only after children are already at risk.
So UNICEF is a convener. We are here to strengthen systems. We are not really implementers or trainers, but we do have technical expertise that we can call upon from time to time. But we do, in a way, try to work with the government of Belize also when it comes to resourcing the different implementation, I would say, activities of the system. So we don't want to be the real on the ground implementers. There are many agencies and there are many other government players who can do that, but we want to be there at least for the standards that are set and to be advising at every aspect.
Belize is rethinking how it protects its children, with key players finally sitting at the same table. The government of Belize, alongside UNICEF and national partners, is bringing together the people who shape how children are protected, kicking off a joint child protection and child justice steering committee. It's a move aimed at cutting through silos and getting agencies to work in sync. From government ministries to child advocacy bodies and development partners, the goal is to build a more coordinated, responsive system that actually works for children. Because when it comes to protecting kids from abuse, neglect, and violence, collaboration isn't optional, it's critical.
Protecting children is everyone's responsibility. When we work together, we build a safer Belize for every child. So do your part, and if you see something, say something.
Brittany Gordon for News 5.
A
preschool graduation meant to celebrate every child is now raising tough questions about inclusion. A Belize City family says their child with autism, along with 2 others, was set apart from their classmates during Friday's ceremony at Anglican Diocesan Preschool, seated behind the main group and out of view during key moments. For them, it wasn't just a seating arrangement, it felt like exclusion. Now they're speaking out, calling it a teachable moment for schools across the country. Autism Belize founder Christy Almeida agrees, saying it's a chance to rethink how we include every child. News 5's Brittany Gordon has the story.
Instead of the pride and joy most families feel at graduation, one Belizean woman says she left outraged, walking out before the ceremony ended, after witnessing what she believes was the exclusion of her autistic nephew. According to the child's aunt, Fern Foster, on Friday at the Anglican Diocesan Preschool ceremony, the 4-year-old and 2 other students were placed behind the rest of the class, off to the side and facing away from their peers.
And I saw the chair in front of me, and it didn't dawn to me to ask if that's where he was going to be seated the entire ceremony. So I looked across and I saw the other student. They were dressing him with his little pin and everything. So I said, oh, maybe these chairs are just here for us to get them ready. He came, they lined them up, and I said, but the chair is still here. So I asked his mom, I said, is this where he's going to be seated? And she said, I think so.
According to Foster, parents crowded the photo area during the graduation, pushing her nephew's chair to the back near the door.
I said, is this really where they're going to leave this baby? Look at the other side, the other baby is there too. And I'm telling my niece, this is unfair, you should address it. Because I'm only the aunt, I can't cause a scene over something like this. So address it, your baby shouldn't sit here. He's a part of the class. Move the chair to the front of the aisle or something.
After the ceremony, Foster took her frustrations to social media, and it struck a chord. Hundreds of Belizeans rallied in support, with parents of children with autism sharing similar experiences. Autism Belize founder Christy Almeida joined the discussion, pointing to a larger issue: gaps in awareness and communication.
Every child will need different types of support. It's going to look different for every child. What my child needs might be different than your child's needs, whether your child is neurodiverse or not. And to make this work, especially when we are all still learning, as parents, as a community, as teachers, as administrators, we're all still learning. The best way to make this work is to communicate.
Foster says the family understands that some autistic children may need space to stay comfortable, but insists the school could have handled it differently and found a more inclusive solution.
I don't want to bash the teachers because their job is as hard as it is. But we could take initiative, empathize. They could have called a meeting with just the parents of the autistic kids and say, how do you feel about them sitting beside you? Or how do you feel about them sitting in front of you? They're not going to be seen, but we really need this ceremony to go good. And you know your child. It's not like you're telling them news. They know they're baby autistic. So give them that opportunity.
Belize is pushing for more inclusive classrooms. A new nationwide training program will certify 55 teachers and officers as inclusive education coaches, with plans to reach 500 educators. The initiative focuses on better support systems, from individual education plans to classroom strategies. Advocate Christy Almeida says raising awareness among teachers and strengthening the support for aides for one-on-one care is a key step towards making every classroom truly inclusive. Brittany Gordon for News 5.
Still ahead, a game-changing move in healthcare as Belize launches its first dental training institution.
Haven't updated your information recently? Well, kick off the new year as a winner. RF&G Insurance is giving you a free chance to win every month. Entering is easy. Just chat with us on WhatsApp and update your information. That's it. You'll be automatically entered into our monthly raffle for a chance to win awesome prizes. Don't wait. Message us on WhatsApp and update your info today. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
For the very first time ever, Open Your Eyes is bringing the Summerfest show to beautiful Dangriga town. Join us on Friday, June 26th at 6:30 a.m. at the Russell Chiste Garcia Auditorium for a morning filled with energy, excitement, and non-stop talent. From singing to dancing, poetry to special performances, this is your stage to shine and showcase what you've got. And guess what? It's not just about talent. It's about winning big. Amazing prizes are up for grabs. And even your favorite teacher can walk away as a winner. So come early, bring the vibes, bring the energy, and don't miss Open Your Eyes Summerfest as it lights up Dangriga for the very first time. Open Your Eyes Summerfest, only on GBM.
We're ready for the road. We're ready for the road. So we're ready, yeah, we're ready. We're ready. Yeah, we're ready. 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 Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready.
Belize wakes up connected to opportunity. And across our country, the work to keep Belize connected continues. SMART continues expanding our network across the country, bringing stronger coverage to more communities. With recent service enhancements in areas at Blue Creek and Progresso, Belize City, Orange Walk, and more on the way. We're bringing education closer to home, empowering entrepreneurs to grow their businesses, supporting industries that drive our economy, and keeping families connected wherever life takes them. With every expansion, we are investing in the infrastructure that moves Belize forward. Because connection isn't just about signal, it's about opportunity, progress, and the future we are building together. SMART, bringing people together.
Nok-Chea Adventure Park came about from the birth of COVID. Everything was on pause for tourism. So we decided, let's do something different. We got 10 bikes, 10 ATVs, and we were just doing ATV tours. Shortly after, we were approached by the cruise lines. We agreed to work with them, and from them, it just started growing. We set up the chocolate tour first, and then from there, we went into the culinary experience at the different Mayan cultures. We have the gift shop, the cooking class, the shaman, and the healing, and it just all came together. When you reach a certain point, you need investors, you need partners to come into your business. Atlantic Bank just make it easy. Even my 7-year-old could do it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
If you're into news production, if you've got a sharp eye for what audiences care about, think quickly on your feet, and you're a strong writer, this could be your way into into digital media. Greater Belize Media is looking for a digital associate. It's an entry-level, full-time position and your chance to get hands-on experience in journalism and digital storytelling. Bring the energy, the curiosity, and the willingness to learn and work flexible shifts in a fast-paced media environment. Apply now by sending your CV and cover letter to gbtv@btl.net by July 1st, 2026.
Belize's rich culinary traditions took center stage in Belize City today as participants in the Belize Food Heritage Project rolled up their sleeves for a community cookout. The event formed part of an ongoing workshop aimed at documenting, preserving, and celebrating the country's diverse food culture. News 5 was there, and Shane Williams reports.
The crackling sound of banana fritters frying in hot coconut oil and strong aroma of well-seasoned fried snappers filled the air at the Museum of Belizean Arts today as the Belize Food Heritage Project hosted its Belize City Cookout. The activity brought together chefs, cultural practitioners, community members, and food enthusiasts as part of a wider initiative focused on safeguarding Belize's culinary heritage. Rolando Cocom, Director of Institute for Social and Cultural Research, hopes to get Belizean food on the UNESCO representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity.
We hope to be able to display at the end of this project 80 food traditions, including their recipes and photos and videos. And so part of that, we've trained the participants on how to take better photographs, how to take better videos. And that is what they're doing today. We have the participants themselves cooking the food and also documenting the food. And this will be part of our national inventory. This is the same national inventory that allows us to submit international nominations, just as like the one we did in December where Christmas Brahman Sambai made it to the UNESCO representative list.
The cookout provided a hands-on opportunity for participants to share knowledge and demonstrate traditional methods of preparing some of Belize's most beloved dishes, all on the fire hearth. Rancho Dolores' Basilio Puck, who has been handling the fire hearth for over 18 years, says the secret is simple.
Seasoning, brother. Seasoning, everything belongs to the seasoning. If you think not seasoned correct, you know what eat it. And not put too much salt, because if it over salt, you're worse now eat it, right? And then me, I prefer the oak wood. The oak wood give my food taste.
What is the difference between the local chicken and the regular chicken?
The white chicken or the broiler chicken, then they more have a more softer texture, right? But the local chicken where walk around in the yard and then graze, and so they got a more stiffer meat and a more stiffer skin and everything, right? So, and it take a little longer to cook, but definitely 100% that a better taste chicken anyway.
Chef Ainsley used his fire hearth to prepare a rich beef soup with white rice and kalaloo.
The key to a good fire hearth beef soup, that's starting with the love what you're preparing it with your mind and make sure that it come out good, you know, be frustrated, you're calm and you cook it with a lot of love. So today I do a beef vegetable soup with a kalaloo and chaya white rice with freshly cooked milk and also fire heart. I do fire heart food for years now, so I test my skills and I'm not rusty. I still got my eating up.
Sasha Ely was paired with Derla Gutierrez, who made fried fish, banana fritters, hiyu, and breadfruit porridge. But along with cooking techniques, the workshop is also leaving her with the stories and traditions that make Belizean cuisine unique.
I learned that rice and beans can be made like 5 different type of ways. I learned about sweat rice, and it's not the sweat rice you're thinking about. It's just the way the rice is prepared. I think in the Flowers Bank area, they said it's the process of which they harvest the rice when it's green and boil it. And after they're finished boiling it, they sun it and then beat it, and the rice is brown at the end, and that's sweat rice.
Beyond preserving recipes, The initiative is also exploring how traditional foods can contribute to cultural tourism, economic opportunities, and sustainable food systems across the country.
Food heritage is also very much important part of our tourism experience, the cultural experience that Belizeans from the diaspora, but also friends of Belize who come to visit and are curious about our history and our culture, I think is very important.
I always like sample, you know, so want to make sure I catch a color, you know. What you need? Nothing else, it's a love.
Love, the secret ingredient to all great Belizean cuisine. Shane Williams reporting for News 5.
Soon, aspiring dentists won't need a passport to pursue their dreams. A new homegrown solution is stepping in to tackle Belize's oral health challenges head-on with the launch of the country's first dental training institution. The magazine Dental Academy opens this Friday, aiming to build a new generation of local dental professionals and reduce the need for costly studies abroad. Founder Dr. Osbert Usher says the mission goes beyond education. He wants to confront poor oral health at its root, linking it to wider chronic illnesses affecting Belizeans and reshaping healthcare outcomes from the ground up.
In Belize, we do have a lot of systemic disease that plague our population, and most of these things initiate from the oral cavity, and as such, we want to educate our cadre students so that they can go out eventually and treat and educate patients so that in their latter years they don't end up with these systemic diseases. On an annual basis, we have capacity for 25 students annually. The course is 12 months, so every year we will be hopefully producing 25 individuals. I guess the country needs at present about 100 of these individuals to satisfy the necessity and the demand of the oral diseases and the consequent systemic disease that arises from poor oral health. They will be qualified for educational purposes to the community, to schools. They will likewise be qualified to exactly treat patients with the initial stages of gum disease. They will be prepared likewise to evaluate patients' oral cavity in terms of cavities, in terms of gum disease, in terms of doing fluoride treatment on the patient, referring them eventually when they encounter diseases that are beyond their capacity to the professional dentists.
Individuals interested in being part of the magazine Dental Academy's first cohort can still reach out to the organization to apply. Classes begin on July 16th. There's more news after the break, so stay tuned.
Fact. Did you know with Home Protector Insurance, home and property insurance does not only cover hurricane and fire? Your lifetime investment will also be protected from explosions, water damage, malicious damage, and more. So you can rest easy knowing your home is protected. Visit any Home Protector Insurance office near you to learn more.
They're not just cigarette, vape, hookah, cigar, and all kind of tobacco product, Lego, dangerous smoke, and toxic chemical. When you smoke or vape, that cloud they not disappear. It turn into second-hand smoke and third-hand smoke where people wrong your breathing. That kind of smoke that could cause cancer, diabetes, lungs disease, and heart problems. It could kill anybody who get exposed to it. If you smoke or vape, go outside, far from people. Everybody deserves to breathe clean air.
In Belize, change is taking shape every day. It all starts with Game Changers. Investing in modern transport, better health infrastructure, renewable power for all, digital transformation, and more opportunities for a brighter future, the European Union's Global Gateway Initiative is unlocking new potential. Game Changers are bringing this to life. Game Changers, empowering the future. Follow the EU in Belize to meet the game changers.
The biggest football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarter-final winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
Every connection we make is more than just a signal. It's a student unlocking a future through digital education. A young mind daring to dream bigger. Our culture shared with the world in real time. And everyday heroes answering the call of civic duty. When we connect with Digi, we empower Belize.
The next station is not just a place, it's the vacation capital of the world, Mexican Caribbean. Do you know why we are the capital of vacations? Because no other place on earth brings together so many ways to vacation in one single destination. Every vacation imaginable. Mexican Caribbean, the vacation capital.
Minister of State Devin Daly is challenging participants from the successful inaugural Super Nationals to dream big. The Super Nationals is a multi-sport event which brought together some of Belize's top young athletes from across the country. The initiative is designed to create a stronger platform for youth development, talent identification, and national competition. Daly told the young aspiring athletes that he was once in their shoes, and he used his sport of choice to take him all the way to the top of the decision-making table. He challenged them to do the same and gave them the key to success, which he refers to as the 3 C's.
Not so many years ago, I was once in your shoe. I really was into basketball. I still am. And I stayed in school. And after primary school, I got an opportunity to go to high school, thankfully. After high school, with good grades and perfecting my craft, I had a really good opportunity to get a scholarship to go to the US, which I finished that chapter of my life. I made sure I graduated with my degree, and then I went to play professionally. But I'm giving you my backstory because I think right now, the student athletes in the room, you're still trying to find yourself, you're still trying to figure out who can help you get to where you want to go. What are the things that you really like? Maybe you might change discipline when you get to high school. Maybe you might change it after high school, who knows? But there's a few staples that you need to stick to in order to want to be successful. And I call it my 3 C's. It's communication, it's commitment, and it's consistency. So even if you might not necessarily know where you want to go, you have to make sure you communicate what it is you want to do. And after that communication is clear, then you have to be committed to that communication that you mentioned. So if you say you want to play football, you have to make sure you communicate that with the people around you, your parents, your support staff around you, your family members, and you have to make sure that you commit to that. So if you have a coach you're willing to meet you 6 o'clock every morning to play football, basketball, athletics, whatever it may be, you have to make sure you're there upon time. And finally, you have to make sure that you're consistent. Because there's a small population, there's a small number in the population that's very talented and do not really have to put in the hard work.
He's back in the spotlight, but this time it's not politics making headlines. Shine Barrow is returning to his roots as a full-time artist, fresh off a high-energy performance before thousands in Atlantic City. Today, he sat down with us to talk about balancing music, new projects, and plans for an upcoming tour, all while embracing a new chapter that blends creativity, influence, and success.
Yes, the tour is going. We will be making another announcement maybe mid-July. Very, very exciting announcement as to some guests that will be officially touring with me commencing end of September. But we will make that official announcement in mid-July. So until I officially commence with them, I did Atlantic City over the weekend with Meek Mill and T.I. and Eve in front of 15,000 people at the Boardwalk Hall. So that was nice. And we have a few other dates until the official tour commences. So yes, look forward to that. I am doing well in life. I have so much going on. I'm finishing up my TV series, which will come out next year. I have books coming out next year. My album is coming out in November.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at greaterbelize.com, on our Facebook, and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, good night.